Click this button to share your screen with the audience. Okay, well, I don't know what that means. So, hi, it's Jamie Thor, and Thor Wellness Group. I have a lot, it feels like a lot of priorities today. I have um, benefits, meaning healthcare benefits, responsibilities, follow up. I have car repair or car maintenance. I have tax on my docket, so to speak. What else do I have? Yeah. So yeah. So basically, what I'm gonna do right now to keep myself moving forward on one of those R words, which is responsibility. And so, in order to be responsible, I have to be organized. And unfortunately, with the nature of the projects that are at hand for me, yeah, I got to get organized. So, um, I am going to use bins and really probably lids of the bins just as a system. So you see one, you see two. I'll leave the light on, which benefits the light. You see three and four. So I do have, I don't know, like this stuff is just tchotch. So for all of my Jewish friends, you know what that means. Oh, you can't even see it. So these are just decoration. I'm just gonna move it out of the way. So I have decor, like nothing but love, but it's Valentine's month, right? So pink and red and heart. Those things are all top of mind in America. We love to celebrate in America. So anybody who's tuning in from the Orient, it's the middle of the night over there. Anyway, if you're up and you happen to jump on YouTube and yeah, I have a fascination with the Asian culture, but not a lot of livable experience. Only Asian friends, family, and education. I have never been west of Europe. So, beside the point, for all you critics out there, not relevant, right? Not relevant to the topic. So, today, what I tell people when I'm coaching them is, especially if you are, like big minded or thinking, make a list. So let me show you something. So here's this. And so on 222, I had major repair, get on the tax portal, and then do a YouTube content, and then go to the gym, self-care. So normally I start my day with some sort of meditation or exercise or both. So anyways, today, healthcare, speaking large chunks, I have a roof issue, taxes. These are topics that these are highly important, boring, not fun kinds of things, right? And so I'm not sure. I'm just going to put wellness on here, although this counts, by the way. This live broadcast counts as wellness in that I don't feel alone. Battling loneliness that was a juggernaut. That was hard. So all right. So anyway, so basically I'm taking some containers, and so this makes perfect sense to anybody who organizes anything. Yeah, can use anything, right? Like this is really a fruit basket or some sort of wrought iron kitchen thing, but it'll hold paper, right? It'll hold paper. This is a box. I'm sure I grabbed it at one of the stores that I was at and I carried home. Yeah, I carried home stuff. So you don't have to be super, super anal about it, but yeah. So here's what I recommend. So, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places to sort. Okay. And I do not like clutter. There is some clutter back there, but I don't like it. I'm not very fond of it. I've got some stacks of books. That's a category. I've got, sweets and treats in there category. I kind of chunk like all my towels here. These are all, yeah. I tend to operate in chunks and categories. So it's not pretty, but I've got like two butters there. It's like, I've got my, yeah. So okay. Now I need to locate a quote that I printed out that was sent to me via email. 2 options. One, locate it, the paper copy, which is what I really want to do because I'm not interested in. I'm just going to throw certain things around. I've already touched my, and I probably will touch it again, but I've already touched like one of my self-care things that I love to have, and that is lip stuff. I don't like to have dry skin and or dry lips. So anyway, yeah, you get me. All right, so minimal self-care. You might want coffee, you may want tea, you may want music in the background. I don't care. Okay, so but anyway, so now I'm like situated. I've got paper and the lighting's, I don't care. It's not great, but you'll see. Truth be told, my pedestal for the camera is also a clear bin. So be resourceful. All right, I'm going to think out loud, and I get a little weirded out when I'm by myself. So I'm grateful that I'm on tape or that I'm on video here because I don't want to become like a crazy bird lady or a crazy cat lady who only relates to cats and talks to birds. And yeah, it's that whole loneliness thing. Okay, so again, project. I'm going to put this seems silly, but I'm going to put that there because that's a need. I got to get my brake fluid in there today in my motor of, my Honda. Okay. And yes, AI can gather all kinds of information. Just if I say Honda, ding, 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 that's search engine optimization brand. Just is. All right. So what you cannot see on camera, let me orient myself here. So, all right. So I may need to just turn it this way from, I've got a bay window and the lighting is competing. So we've got reflection going on. It's cloudy, but we still have reflection going on. So I'm going to turn that away from there now. All right. I know that my quote is close by because I printed it out the other day. Oh, front door is open. That's because I have a contractor coming. All right, so this contractor, okay, central processing department. Okay, so this is one of my projects, central processing. I need to mail Tried to call, I didn't get through. Okay, so this is a project, this is the home. Yeah, I don't know, I'm sorry, folks, I'm really having a hard time with this camera thing, being the producer and doing ad lib. Okay, so roof, insurance, insurance, information I gathered. I have to deal with the government. Oh, shoot. Is this insurance? No, this is not insurance, but it is application appointment. And it's kind of annoying because it doesn't have the level of detail I want, which was namely the name of the position that was gonna see, but that's over. Okay, this is a to-do list, so I'm gonna actually put this on the other side of my current to-do list. So here's my to-do binder. Whoops. And so clearly I use this tactic, strategy, whatever you want to say, process. I used to have to write these job aids and I have aided in so much structural building of things from an IT and HR standpoint. It's not even funny. My TPAs loved and hated me both. I was a pain in the neck, and oftentimes they couldn't deliver what I wanted, but the good ones really did try. So let's see here. Medicaid, renew. All right. So yeah, this is a very important bit of information I need to get done today, except for I'm waiting for another government entity to send me paperwork, I think. But again, this is trying not to have any shame in my game, but yeah, I'm on Medicaid. So I've never wanted to be like air quotes. I'm going to use old school stuff. On the dole, that's like old school, like on the dole means I think it's kind of Irish, but like it's like getting help. And yet I've needed help. So it's hard to be humble sometimes. It's like I really have needed. I am so thankful thank you for the state of Ohio for granting me and giving me and my kids health care and making sure that, I mean, our experience rating is super low, but man, just making sure that we're safe. Okay, and I need that. Okay, so this actually is what I'm looking for in regards to there. So good. I thought that sometimes I open my mail very quickly, and if I don't organize it immediately, this is tax information. And I know you understand how many people out there like make piles and or just chuck the mail, whatever. All right, so this is actually a bill. So we're gonna put this over here. Okay, now keep going. So obviously I've identified, this is my key pile. So this is tax information. Is this healthcare related or is this the other thing? I think this is what is this? This is the other thing. All right, so this is, I think, I'm not sure which plan administrator this is. I have to be very careful. I think so some of these, if you get a business reply, I think this goes with this. But I think it's a solicitation where they want me to buy insurance for the gas lines on my own property, which is flipping annoying. This is municipality stuff. Because that can just listen. I'm going to direct, gentlemen, thanks for tuning in, but I'm going to direct my education content here to the gals. But ladies, like the word insurance, watch out, here I come. Many of those contracts and those laws, and you sign away the right to sue. There's arbitration clauses everywhere, which basically protects the whales, the big companies, right? I mean, it's an insurance safeguard on their part. It's just so you know, it's actually candidly BS, but sharp attorneys do that. So, okay, so here's a roof repair and replacement project. So I have a roof issue and all right, so that goes in that pile. And then this, obviously, now this is, I have little notebooks here, there, and sometimes they're everywhere. And as a matter of fact, I think I got rid of 34 journals if my memory is serving me properly right now, with just a whole bunch of maybe, I'm going to poke fun at myself, but well, I don't want to poke fun in that way. I read this book about Dr. Mengele. I bought it because my son was very interested in the Holocaust and the twins. And his favorite book that I read to him was Oliver, which is a Broadway play, which is, was written, I'm pretty sure I should know, but the author, but it comes from England, I think. No disrespect, sorry to the original author, but anyway, the book, the junior high level book that I read to my preschooler which is a great tactic, moms. Read junior high to high school level books to your preschoolers. You will hopefully plant the seeds of reading and the value of more sophisticated education coming their way without the hypnotizing, mesmerizing, and complete distraction of this society is so digital, like of the television. Okay, so we have got to remember that reading matters. Here's a good reminder. This is actually helping me with the camera orientation, so that's a good reminder. All right, so taxes. Taxes, 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 taxes. If you're behind on your taxes, get caught up. Get an attorney. I'm not an attorney. Do not get an attorney. Get a good accountant to help you. I'm pretty sure that there's like catch-up forms, not ketchup and mustard, but like there are forms and there are ways. Do not do the hook, bait, and line sinker bull crap of you can get your taxes forgiven. That's a bunch of baloney. You owe taxes. You need to figure out that responsibility. I'm not saying that all that is a broker. Someone is trying to get and identify how get people caught up in taxes, but they're gonna try to bargain. It's not necessarily a bad thing, I guess, but with the government, they're probably going to pool a bunch of people that are behind their taxes, get a pool of money that's of significant value. Let's just call it 10,000. Let's call it 100,000, maybe $1 million, right? Dollars. And then they go to the IRS and say, oh yeah, we have a little pool of people that are 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years behind on their taxes. We're going to protect their identity and we're going to, is there some way to do some sort of settlement? I don't know. There's all kinds of tricks in the trade here. All right. So that's financial stuff. I do not need that for Texas, I don't think. Let me just do a quick, maybe I do. Okay. I'm going to assume this financial stuff is tax required and needed. And if I need to parse that out, I will. So, I did hire a financial advisor and I do use him. We do not like each other a lot. I'm a pain in his rear and I don't really like him a whole lot. I know he has got a family, but the fiduciary agreement is what it is. And yeah, I was pretty pissed off in 2022 when I had to pay out. Not only did I take an enormous hit because of my stocks took a plummet, just like many other people in the same kind of stock allocation and situation that I was in. But yeah, I mean, I had to pay him. So that added to my losses. A fiduciary would not have taken pay from me, but he's saying I have to make a living. So I was pretty pissed off that I had to pay like, whatever, $250 a month, whatever it ended up being, because, I'm like, I'm not paying you that much. I mean, I'm just, they value on the they get value on the downside and the upside. So when President Trump says it's rigged, that's what he's talking about. He's talking about the companies, the lawyers, the systems that are rigged against the Davids of the world, meaning the single people. So the attorneys have an absolute heyday with this, because if you've ever seen Aaron Brockovich, you'll know what I mean. Okay, so more than 100 ways to improve your electric bill. This, I have to do a return to sender. Public safety. Disappointed about that because I shouldn't have to, but I found to. Tutor, be concise, notes to self. Again, money grab, gas. Please buy insurance against your gas lines. This is crap. You watch the electric companies, the municipalities, the governments, they're going to want us all to buy insurance against the grid, in which they, if Monopoly, yeah, they have a monopoly on. So it's all a money grab. You guys, you ladies, just realize you have to be careful, to be smart, and just get there's a lot of free advice on YouTube. There's a lot of smart people out there. Talk to people in the grocery store. You might be standing next to an IRA agent, and I'm sorry, not either one. IRA is retirement, but IRS, and you may just incidentally get help by the grace of the good Lord, right? Okay. Oh my gosh, how cute. Okay, so yeah, so my recovering my bridge has to do with kids. So I'm a substitute teacher, and so I've got like random thoughts that are very sophisticated, if you will, for me here. But I'm going to share this with you. I make fun of my name, and the elementary kids, is particularly the boys, love superheroes. So my last name is Thor, obviously, and so very sweet that I have learned. I don't mean I'm sweet, but I mean it's sweet that I've learned that I can leverage that a little bit with the kiddos, and that I actually was able to make. I mean, I had a student who was so involved with, or like, loved Thor. I mean, the boys many times will be like, "Are you married to Thor?" And I'm like, "No, I'm his mother." And so, a little snark there, but just saying, like, I tried to make sure that we get down to business and do whatever the teacher says. But many times the girls, they get the humor, and then they pick up on, "Oh yeah, who's Thor? Oh, superhero." So, some of the notorious things that I've done is I will do like YouTube searches for female superheroes, and then I make, the boys watch it. Well, it's very interesting because the boys, they lose interest pretty quick. But I do that stuff. And so I'm like, you can either watch what's on YouTube, or you can, that was an art class. So cartoons and any kind of animation is so appropriate in an art class, right? And so anyway, this was not an art class. Dear Miss Thor, and bless this gentleman's heart, this gentleman, very nice student. And so it even has the date on it. I love it. So in November, I was subbing dear Miss Thor, he was actually giving me a tip of something that was on the screen. We were troubleshooting, and so he said, "Look at the mouse speed." And I think he spelled MOU. He said move speed. Maybe he meant move. Maybe he meant mouse, but MOU, either MOVE or MOUE speed that you choose. So sweet. And so then he wrote sincerely in his name. Love it. Another little boy, young man, I should say, gentleman. I do address my students, ladies and gentlemen, and members of the jury, because yeah, kids can be quite judgmental. And they're sneaky. They can be very sneaky. I've had kids unionize against me because they didn't want me to be their long-term sub. And the districts allow that crap to go on. So, okay. So then, and I say districts because that's not a single event exclusive situation that I bumped into. So, because I've been in human resources, I see things very quickly, I guess. Okay, so then another one, you're a great teacher. How sweet. Sometimes I tell them to get on their computer and search for something educational. I do plant seeds, like see if you can find a computer like coding program, learn something about coding, and then I love it because really, honestly, any wise school district is going to make sure that they're capturing digital data of their students, and you're going to see the bright ones. You're going to see people like me who my curiosity would get me into places on the web, and I'm like, what is this? Is this an algorithm, or am I like in some deep dark weirdo bazooka? I mean, my daughter has the same kind of thing. Like we sometimes find ourselves in places where we know we shouldn't be, but then we're like, maybe, I mean, no fear. Why be afraid, right? But, some things I've been on the web and thought, oh my gosh, I'm on the dark web, but like in a wackadoodle space where, you feel like you're in the deep dark sea where the angler fish are with the lights and stuff. So if you haven't seen Finding Nemo or you're not a marine biologist, just gloss over that. Okay, so what else? This is garbage. It's random. It's a random list on each side. Shop for vinegar, glucon, steel, leaves, vacuum. Okay, so I tend to chunk. So, out of dish soap, light bulbs. Listen, no disrespect, Thomas Edison. Also, Steve Jobs, I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's so annoying, like the choice, right? I mean, some of the kids will be like, is that an Apple, whatever version? I'm like, how much technology do you need? Like, what are you utilizing the Apple 25? Yes, I'm totally poking fun at the future. Okay, so we got grandmas out there that have so much technology in their hands, and just because we really do, just like Coke tried to get every continent and every person a bottle of Coke in the hand of every single person. That's what our technology. That's the net that the technology guys, and probably guys, but the girls are doing. I mean, it's the push up. Okay, let's see if we can, and then the scalability will kick in. Yes, my oldest son thought that he got, and he did, an MBA education while I went to school. So multinational, international experience, I wouldn't say multilingual, but certainly enough to, I don't know, recognize. Okay, keep going. So it's 9:53. I have somebody coming at 10. What can I do? Okay, so here we go. There's this. Okay, so since somebody who's coming is giving me a quote, this is flipped over. He will not touch my stuff, so to speak, but priority. So that's the roof guy. All right, let's see. I have a real problem here because It appears to me that the organization that was supposed to send me 2 letters only sent me 1. Annoying. I only have 1. All right, here's another. Dang it, return to sender. I get mail. My husband's deceased, and I don't return those to sender. I get mail for my kids. I get mail for my husband. I always open the mail for my husband. I have permission from the younger 2 kids to open their mail, and then as far as my older one, he doesn't want me to know anything, so I respect his privacy and I just send it back to the. I guess there have been times once or twice that I've opened things up. It's all been marketing crap. All right, here we go. Yeah, okay, so social. All right. I am chunkingly seeing, I'm having this propensity. It's a propensity. It's not a compulsion. It's propensity. Use highly sophisticated words when you're talking to others and yourself. It will help you continue to develop your vocabulary. All right, so marketing. Chase will give me $300. I just have to make sure that I'm probably, that's junk mail, probably have to move like at least, I mean, some of these things, you gotta read the fine print because they won't give you $300 unless you take your paycheck and you distribute it into their bank. It's all a money grab, people. 10 questions to help you spot a good or bad boss in the next job interview. I could have wrote that. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. What pile? That's church. I'm going to put church. So, you talk about excellent educational content. Our church is very educational in nature. Okay, so urgent action. I know you're saying urgent action, but tell your sister company and or entity and the government to send me the rest of the paperwork. Okay, so when it comes to large organizations and agencies, particularly government agencies, people, save your envelopes. Okay, so you have a postmark as to when, and then this just says important information, important tax documentation. A lot of times I got a little garbage pile here. A lot of times the envelopes have company return address. More and more, it feels kind of like the barcode. I don't know if the barcode. Anyway, like keep your envelopes and your correspondence from some of these places together. This is tax information, so this is banking. Now, I have got to get on the tax portal too. I meant to do it last week. That was a deep groan from the innards of my body, but thank you very much. This definitely deserves a thank you card, so I don't mean to. That's not ready to be thrown away. Okay, so Sunday church, Monday taxes, roof. Yeah, I didn't work out, so I'm gonna have to actually. I'm sore from. I worked myself out. I'm just gonna put. FIA is females in action, always free, always outside. This group of women and moms and wives and singles who get together and we exercise together, and it is boot camp Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And so I skipped boot camp today. I'm just going to put the initials of the gym on there so I can either check it off or cross it out. All right, this is, what does IET stand for? IET building. I don't know. All right, so that's a business card for somebody that was on the floor. at church. All right, so boom, boom, boom. This is church educational stuff. That's a to-do list. This is to-do list, but I already have my Monday to-do list. Taxes. Mm. All right, so the reason I'm holding on to this is I've got just a quick sample. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's like a 7-day overview. So you gotta learn to be good about, yeah, chunking things and prioritizing. So I tell people I've been on the mic, live mic at Clubhouse many times, and I love it. I belong to an R mindset community. I love it. There's a lot of value, a lot of good value. It attracts very intelligent people, a lot of forum like conversation, international presence, and continuing broadcast, if you will. But mm, mm, mm. I changed my system here a little bit because I got to do this anyway. When I one of the biggies is make a list. Make a list. Make a list. Atomic habits. You do 1% something to better yourself. You know these principles work. So yeah. Okay. What else? At this point, my mind, just so you know, is like thinking, yeah, yeah, that guy, he's coming. So I'm stalling. So actually, I'm going to wrap up. Maybe I'll come back. Maybe I won't. But thank you. Thank you for joining me. Um, 36 minutes in. I could have been I really could be a pilot. I want to be a pilot. Amelia Earhart. Right. All right. So probably because I've had a history of not being able to visually. Yeah, I had glasses once. The FAA might DQ me. All right. So, okay. I shouldn't say FAA. I shouldn't say anything that would trigger. I remember when I understood the concept of search engine optimization and word search reversal, which is what, many of the organizations I searched the FBI and the CIA and and, of course, in capitalism, we recognize, Coach, she's a Coach customer. So, or Nike, or, yeah, we need some really strong Christian clothing. Nice. Branding, corporations, private. It's true. All right. So we do have a local guy who used to go to church with me, who I keep an eye on too, and definitely doing well in private equities. Meaning he's got a corporation that's kicking tails. So let's see. 988. There's numbers in the public forum or arena. This is 98. This is on the back of this. So somebody is advertising. My envelope has lost its content, so I'm throwing it away. But somebody is advertising. That's that really parlays on the mental health focus I'm gonna say in Ohio because that's where I live. But yeah, we really need. I'm telling you what. Even for me, my husband died by suicide, and my daughter within the school year did a partner, like a special soccer game with one of the biggest. Here it is again, guys. This must be coming from the state of Ohio. Um, against, or like, it's like break the stigma of mental health problems. But the stigma is what keeps people isolated and from getting help. But the stigma also keeps people from being able to do things that they aspire to do, such as becoming a truck driver, an airplane pilot, like if you are dubbed, somebody who is high risk, you will not get coverage from a suicide standpoint to any, like the questions you have to answer the insurance company, there's organized crime right there. They will single out and completely disqualify you if you have mental health history or even if you've been in cognitive behavioral therapy and making phenomenal progress or it is your coping, you will be disqualified from a life insurance policy if you have been in counseling. They will not deem or judge you to be successful. They will just disqualify you. It's a shame. It's a crying shame. It's actually organized crime. That's what it is. All right. So yes, this is live. I don't mind saying that. It is organized corporate crime. Suicide's talk about, I like this word, talk about a juggernaut and a dreadlock, stinky, greasy, icky dreadlock, because there should be heavy investigation surrounding it. But yeah, hurting a family, taking away insurance. They refund your premiums. Oh, well, never mind. All right. So never mind. All right, so it's just the way it is. It's contract law. It's just the way it is. This is a reminder letter. It's all about contracts, right? That keeps the contract law. Those are the attorneys stay in. That's job security. Okay. Yes, I'm poking, punching, and having a little bit of linguistic boxing going on. All right, here we go. What is this? Yes, I know. So I've tried to call them. I need to call them. I've tried to call my insurance company for my medical. I need to get them on the line. And the last thing I need to do is locate, and believe me, I don't need the iCloud to do this, but sometimes I do. I got to figure out where I laid my phone down because I didn't plug it in. And because I didn't plug it in, it's not attached to the cord on the wall. So yeah, anyway. God bless you. Thank you for joining. And obviously I'm not figuring out this YouTube channel like live chat, but thank you. If you watch this today, I thank you very much. I'm not even sure if it will be like pushed out into the public arena today. I don't have this down. I'm doing it messy, right? But yeah. So it's February. I like to say it's the month of love, right? So I also like to say nothing but love. It's kind of a cute motto, I think, but yeah. Because my guy's late for his appointment, which, just so you know, too, I was pretty upset. I had some people coming and they were 40 minutes late the other day, but they took care of business, hopefully guaranteed their work, but 40 minutes was, the 40 minutes off of target. 40 minutes is a lot. You get fired. If you're at Costco and you're late 40 minutes, you're fired. If you overlook a shift and you don't show up, you're fired. So anyway, I'm just trusting this guy. I know he's a Christian gentleman, so I'm really surprised. Maybe my phone is not on. Maybe my alerts aren't on. Maybe he texted me already. So listen, if you're out there and you are you totally need to let people know. There's the door. I'm out. Take care. Thanks for joining me. I'm ending the stream now. God bless.